Hello viewers, myself R.P. Srivastava with a new topic in economics, and the topic is the introspective ordinalist approach to the theory of consumer behavior. It is also called indifference curve analysis. In way of discussing consumer demand theory or consumer behavior, I have already dealt with Marshallian utility analysis. Now, the second very important analysis, that is Hickesian indifference preference theory, is for today's discussion. According to the introspective ordinalist, the notion of cardinal measure of utility is not only impossible to achieve but totally unnecessary from the standpoint of deriving a theory of demand. With the aid of indifference curve analysis, it is possible to derive a more general theorem of demand based on a set of assumptions which being less strong than those underlying under the Marshallian utility analysis, and its validity is not so questionable. So let us discuss indifference curve analysis. The second slide discuss basic assumption. But coming to the point of basic assumption, let us have the historical viewpoint about the development of indifference curve analysis. The technique of indifference curve was first formulated by F.Y. Edgeworth at the end of 19th or end of last century. It was later on used and perfected by Vilfredo Pareto, and it was brought up to date and applied extensively by J.R. Hicks and R.J.D. Allen. The basic assumptions of the indifference curve model of demand are as follows. The first assumption, that is the objective of the individual consumer, is to maximize total utility subject to the constraint imposed by his limited income. Second, the consumer is confronted with a finite number of commodities whose prices are fixed and known. And third, he has an ordinal utility function which firstly is independent of the utility function of other consumers, and secondly enables him to rank different quantities and combination of commodities according to the degree of satisfaction he derives from them. The exact nature of his utility function is known to him. To continue with assumption itself, the fourth assumption is indifference curve provide a way of depicting geometrically the notion of ordinal utility. An indifference curve is a locus of points which are geometrical representation of combination of commodities, it may be X and Y or A or B, such that consumer is indifferent among any of these combinations, and indifference map is a collection of indifference curves, each corresponding to a different level of satisfaction. And the last assumption, that is fifth one, it is a static model and complete certainty is assumed. The commodities are also assumed to be perfectly divisible. As is evident from the basic assumptions mentioned in above slides. In this approach, the consumers can only compare individual welfare position, say A and B, and can only say whether he prefers one to the other or is indifferent between the two. It is further assumed that both preference and indifference relations are transitive, so that if he prefers A to B and B to C, he also prefers A to C. Similarly, if he is indifferent between A and B and also between B and C, then he will also be indifferent between A and C. It means that the consumer behaves logically and consistently. His behavior is, of course, economically rational in the sense that he prefers more of a commodity to less, as there is no limit to a man's greed. An indifference map may theoretically contain an infinite number of indifference curves. An indifference map is really a three-dimensional utility surface, and the indifference curves are the contour lines, iso-utility lines of the utility surface of the consumer. In this slide, I am going to discuss the characteristics of indifference curve. The characteristic properties of indifference curves that they are negatively sloped and are always convex to the origin are true only in the effective region. As the consumer crosses higher and higher indifference curves, whatever the region, his total utility continues to increase until he reaches the saturation point when it is maximum. The indifference curves are firstly everywhere dense, that is, they pass through each point in commodity space. A higher indifference curve represents a higher level of satisfaction than the lower indifference curve. Indifference curves are negatively sloped as we are dealing with economic goods. If the individual consumer consumes more of X, he must consume less of Y in order to remain on the same level of satisfaction. The indifference curves cannot intersect each other. And lastly, indifference curves are convex to the origin and not simply negatively sloped. This implies that along his indifference curve, the consumer is prepared to sacrifice diminishing quantities of Y for each increment in the quantity of X. So these are the basic characteristics of indifference curve, and these are very useful while studying consumer behavior or consumer analysis or theory of demand of the consumer through Hicksian indifference curve approach or indifference curve analysis.